Good evening, y'all, on this Saturday, July 11th. It is 8:45 p.m. I am just now opening the vlog. I kind of took a day off from vlogging. I don't do that very often or at all, and yeah, I went to visit my mom and my grandmother and my brother today, and that takes a little bit of time because she's actually buried about an hour and a half from where I live. So we drove out to see her. She's buried in Western Pennsylvania. And we drove out to see her, and then we went to a restaurant and ate, and then we came home. But that took the majority, that took like in total, it ended up taking about 7 hours of our time. Because the restaurant we went to, so we drove, it took us about an hour and a half to get there. A little bit more, about an hour, an hour and 45 minutes. Because we did make one stop for like a potty break. So it took us almost 2 hours to get there, and then we spent some time at the graveyard. And then to drive to the restaurant was about 40 minutes away, 35 to 40 minutes away. Excuse me. And then the quickest, actually it takes about 2 hours to get to where my mom's buried. Anyway, the quickest way to get back here from the restaurant we were at, it took us about 2 hours. So about 4 hours total just in driving time, and then with dinner and spending time at the graveyard, you know, it took some more time, obviously. So that ate up about 7 hours of my day today. And my baby brother, I think I told you last weekend that my baby brother went out last weekend to see them. And my brother, who passed away, was disabled. And there were some things that he would play with or keep, or they were his objects. One of them was these giant Lego bricks that like I got my kids when they were like toddlers. They weren't, the ones that he played with weren't my kids', as my parents had bought them for him, for my brother. But they were basically the same thing. They're these just like giant Lego bricks for like toddlers to play with. My brother was nonverbal his whole life. But he loved those bricks. And my baby brother, Sean, had gone out last weekend, and he said that he was going to bring a toy to my brother, Jeffrey. I actually took a picture. And when I got out of the car and I saw this, I just broke down in tears immediately. That's the toy that I'm talking about. And he used to love these things too. But they've been there a while, but this toy was new. And my brother also put flowers, and I think my aunt might have put that It says, "I left my heart by the ocean." My mom loved being at the beach. I told you guys that last weekend. I'm about to take my makeup off, don't worry. I didn't film a foundation review today because I knew I was going to be crying like a baby, and I was. My mom loved the beach. And I'm sure that one of her, either her sister, I have an aunt that still lives in that area. Excuse me one second. This foundation is not blowing your nose proof. But I have an aunt who still lives near where my mom was buried. But I wouldn't be shocked to hear that she put that there for my mom. My mom loved the beach so much. Anyway, we spent some time there, and I had to explain to Nick why I was laughing at the same time I was crying. And I was laughing because my brother thought to put that toy. Oh my God, Jeffrey loved that toy. Jeffrey would go everywhere with his little Lego blocks. Everywhere with his Lego blocks. It would be actually pretty unusual to see him without the blocks. So anyway, that was kind of most of our day. And then, like I said, we went to a restaurant and got some dinner. We didn't get to the restaurant until it was about 3 o'clock when we got there. And then we came home and I put makeup on and I filmed 4 unboxings, 2 for Epic Beauty Fail and 2 for OmniZ. So, that is my day in a nutshell. I did not film a foundation review because I knew that I'd be crying. And my son Nicholas, God love that kid. He Nicholas has autism. And one of my biggest worries about him is that sometimes he doesn't feel empathy or he can't sympathize with other people. He just doesn't understand that emotion. And as he's grown up, he is showing that he is maturing into that, which is so... It is so good to see him do that. This is a kid who I used to look at and say, "I love you, Nicholas." And he would say, "Thank you." Because he knew that that's what you were supposed to say. You were supposed to acknowledge when someone said something nice to you. But he didn't really understand what that meant, you know? But as he has gotten older, John was talking to Nick, and Nick asked how John felt. And John has a different perspective. My parents had a son that was older than me, who had disabilities and who had a birth defect, and he died only 4 months after he was born. That's why my mom is buried where she is, because they had to bury a child. My mom buried her first child when she was 21 years old. I had a miscarriage, and I still struggle with that. I don't know how she did that at 21 years old. Anyway, it wasn't her first. My sister was her first child. My mom had her first child was my sister, but this was her second child, and it was her first child she had to bury. Anyway, so Nicholas, when we were growing up, we would go and visit the cemetery where my older brother, was buried. And he died 3 years before I was born. I never met him. I never knew him. But we would go and visit the cemetery. I remember doing that when I was little. So I grew up with that mindset, that you would go and you would visit family and spend time with them. John has a different perspective. His grandparents said to him, "Don't come visit me when I'm gone. Spend the time with me while I'm here." So he doesn't visit his family at the graveyard, because that's just not their thing. So John told Nicholas that. He said, "Spend the time with me while I'm alive." And that made Nicholas cry. I am so proud of the person that my son is becoming. And he's doing more than I would have ever... Let's say he's doing more than I was worried that he wouldn't be able to do. Anyway, I've been rambling for a while. 2 nights in a row now, I end the vlog crying. Yay! I am going to edit. It is already 9 o'clock, so I'm probably only going to get 1 video edited, but I'm going to edit a video. I'm going to try maybe to get 2 done. But I am going to edit a video before I go to bed. So today I am thankful that I made that long trip to spend some time with my mom and my grandmother and my brothers. I'm thankful for that. I hope today was better than yesterday, and I hope tomorrow will be just a little bit better than today. I hope y'all are having a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.